How are you guys? Welcome to HD Coins World, the ultimate destination for rare coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. I'm your host Noah, and I'm excited to share with you the fascinating world of old and rare coins worth millions. Let's start. Have you ever stumbled upon a coin, looked at it closely, and thought, is this just a regular penny or something more? Well, if you've come across a 1970 United States 1-cent coin, you might want to hold on tight, because what we're about to talk about could turn that ordinary penny into a treasure worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. Let's dive deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, where a simple penny can have a story far greater than its face value. Today, we're focusing on the United States 1-cent coin from the year 1970. At first glance, a 1970 penny looks just like any other, a copper-colored, small coin that has been circulating for decades. But here's the catch: not all 1970 pennies were created equal. In fact, some of these seemingly common coins are incredibly rare, and they could be worth far more than what you might expect. So, what's so special about this coin? Well, it's all about the details, especially when it comes to the condition, mint mark, and potential errors that could make a 1970 penny stand out from the rest. A penny, after all, may seem trivial to most, but in the world of numismatics, it can be the key to a small fortune. At first, let's talk about the most common variety of the 1970 penny, the regular Lincoln Memorial cent. These pennies, minted in large quantities, are not worth much on their own. In fact, they typically only fetch a few cents in today's market. But hold your horses, because there's a twist: certain versions of this coin could be worth considerably more. One of the most highly sought-after varieties is the 1970s double die penny. A double die coin occurs when the die that stamps the image onto the coin strikes it twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling of the design. For the 1970s penny, this error can be spotted on the date, and in some cases, even on the word Liberty or In God We Trust. If you find one of these in your pocket change, you might just be holding a very rare gem. Another significant factor in the value of a 1970 penny is its grade. Coins are graded based on their condition, ranging from poor to mint state. A well-preserved 1970 penny, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, can be worth much more than one that's seen better days. In fact, the higher the grade, the higher the price tag, but it doesn't stop there. A 1970 penny struck in error, such as the 1970s bronze coin, can skyrocket in value. The 1970s bronze penny was supposed to be made of copper-plated zinc, but a few of these coins were mistakenly struck with bronze, a much rarer metal. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding something truly unique. And now, let's get to the exciting part. If you happen to own one of these rare 1970 pennies, just how much could it be worth? Here's the big reveal: depending on the rarity, condition, and specific error, a 1970 penny can be worth anywhere from $65,000 to a staggering $3.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. What you once thought was a mere penny could potentially be your ticket to an unexpected fortune. So, the next time you dig through your change jar or find a coin lying around, make sure to check the year, the mint mark, and the condition closely. You might just be holding a piece of American history worth far more than its face value. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, it's all about those rare finds. A 1970 penny, especially with an error or in pristine condition, could change your life forever. Today, we've got a rare gem from American history to talk about, one that could make your heart race and your wallet sing. We're diving into the incredible world of the 1973 United States 1-cent coin. This isn't just any old penny you find in your pocket. No, this particular penny is worth far more than its face value, and we're going to uncover why. Let's set the stage: the year 1973. It was a time of significant change, both in the United States and around the world. In pop culture, this was the year The Exorcist terrified audiences, while on the political front, President Nixon was embroiled in the Watergate scandal. But in the world of numismatics, it was a year that would forever change the way we view pennies. And here's where the mystery deepens. You see, the 1973 1-cent coin is part of a series of pennies that was struck by the U.S. Mint with a few quirks that set them apart from regular circulation coins. But what makes this specific coin so valuable? Well, it's not just about being old, though 1973 may seem like ancient history to some. It's about its rarity, its condition, and of course, the unique circumstances surrounding its production. Let's talk about how one little error can make a coin go from being worth just 1 cent to thousands of dollars. While most of the pennies minted in 1973 were used in everyday transactions and are still in circulation today, there are a few special 1973 pennies that are practically priceless. Imagine holding in your hand a 1973 penny that has a rare minting error, such as an off-center strike or some other unintentional anomaly. These coins, which are extremely difficult to find, have collectors clamoring for them. In fact, the rarer and more perfect the condition of the coin, the higher the value it commands in the market. So, what's the real money here? What can you expect to see when a 1973 penny goes under the hammer at an auction? Well, hold on to your hats. These rare pennies can fetch prices anywhere from $62,000 to a staggering $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $3 million. Imagine finding one of these rare pennies tucked away in a box of loose change. It's the kind of discovery that can change your life in an instant. Now, remember, not all 1973 pennies are worth this kind of money. You need to find one in exceptional condition or with a minting error that makes it truly stand out. But the mere possibility of finding something that valuable hidden in your change jar is enough to get any collector excited, don't you think? In the world of coins, the rarest of the rare are often the ones that make headlines. And the 1973 1-cent coin has certainly earned its place in numismatic history. So, do you think you've got a rare 1973 penny sitting around? Or maybe you're going to start searching through your old coins with a renewed sense of curiosity. Whatever the case may be, remember this: the value of a coin isn't always what it seems at first glance. Keep your eyes peeled, and who knows? Your next lucky find could be worth far more than a penny. For today, I've got an exciting topic that's sure to get your heart racing, especially if you've got a collection of coins sitting around. I'm talking about the one and only 1976 United States 1-cent coin. This isn't just any old penny, folks. Oh no, this one could be worth far more than what you think. Let's rewind a little bit to the year 1976. It was a year of celebration across the United States, as the country marked its 200th anniversary of independence. That's right, it was the bicentennial year. And in honor of this monumental event, the U.S. Mint released a special series of coins, including a redesigned penny. This coin was produced to commemorate the nation's rich history and its bright future, but here's the twist: the 1976 penny that you're holding in your hand, or maybe even the one you spot in a coin jar at a flea market, might not be just a simple piece of history. In fact, it could be one of the most valuable coins in your collection if it has the right attributes. Now, what's so special about the 1976 penny? Well, this year's penny actually had a few minting errors that are rare and highly coveted by collectors. You see, certain variations of the 1976 penny, such as coins that were struck with unusual features or imperfections, can fetch massive amounts at auction. These are the ones that coin collectors and investors are chasing. You might be wondering, what kind of value are we talking about? How much could these rare 1976 pennies be worth? Well, sit tight, because the prices may just blow you away. A typical 1976 penny in decent condition is worth face value just 1 cent. But when you're talking about rare minting errors, things change dramatically depending on the rarity, condition, and uniqueness of the coin. A 1976 penny with an unusual error could be worth anywhere from $60,000 to millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Imagine finding a rare 1976 penny that's mistruck or has a double die, making it nearly impossible to find another one like it. That's the kind of discovery that turns an ordinary coin into a treasure. People have paid outrageous sums for these pieces of American history, and with the right coin, you could be looking at a fortune now. Of course, not every 1976 penny is going to be worth $1 million, but the potential for finding a rare one is what makes this so exciting. It's like hunting for a hidden treasure, and who knows? That little penny sitting in your jar could be your ticket to a windfall. So, how do you spot these high-value coins? Well, it's all about paying close attention to details. Look for coins with minting errors like off-center strikes, doubled letters, or unusual markings. Even something as small as an incorrect design could turn a simple penny into a fortune. It's a bit of a treasure hunt, isn't it? And who wouldn't want to find a piece of history that's worth so much more than what it appears to be? Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who loves the thrill of the hunt, the 1976 penny is one coin that could surprise you in the best possible way. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with one final thought. If you ever come across a 1976 penny with an unusual error, you might just be holding something worth more than you ever imagined. It could be your chance to unlock a hidden treasure that could be valued anywhere from $60,000 to millions of dollars. I've got something really special for you, something that could turn your collection into a gold mine. We're talking about a coin that many of us have probably seen in our pocket change, but what if I told you that the 1978 United States 1-cent coin, yes, that humble penny, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the incredible world of rare pennies. Now, we all know the 1978 penny. It's that iconic copper coin with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the famous Lincoln Memorial on the back. A coin you probably wouldn't think twice about tossing into your change jar or paying for your morning coffee, right? But don't let its simple appearance fool you. The truth is, this seemingly ordinary penny can actually be worth an extraordinary amount of money if you know what to look for. So, why is the 1978 1-cent coin so valuable? The secret lies in the rare mistakes made during its minting process. You see, while most pennies from 1978 are still in circulation and worth, well, just 1 cent, some of these pennies were struck with significant minting errors, and those errors could be worth big bucks. Think misstrikes, off-center punches, or even doubling of the design. These subtle yet fascinating flaws make certain 1978 pennies incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors, but what kind of value are we talking about here? Well, hold on tight, because if you have the right 1978 penny in your hands, you could be holding a small fortune. Depending on the rarity, condition, and the nature of the minting error, a 1978 penny can fetch anywhere between $55,000 and a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Can you imagine? A penny that you once thought was worth just 1 cent, now potentially worth more than a brand new car or even a luxury home. So, what should you be looking for? Well, here's where it gets exciting. If you happen to find a 1978 penny that has a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Some of the most valuable 1978 pennies are those that were struck off-center, meaning the design is misaligned and part of the coin is blank or missing. Another sought-after error is the double die, where the image on the coin is doubled or blurry due to a misalignment in the die used to strike the coin. These errors are incredibly rare, and because so few of these coins were made, their value skyrockets. And, let's face it, who doesn't love the thrill of hunting for a coin that could be worth so much more than what it seems? But it's not just about finding any old penny. The key is in the condition. A 1978 penny with a noticeable error in pristine condition, especially one that's graded by a professional numismatist, could really bring in some serious cash. And the rarer and more flawless the coin is, the more valuable it becomes. We're talking thousands, tens of thousands, and yes, millions of dollars. Imagine going through your old change, or maybe digging through your collection, and stumbling upon that one perfect penny. You get it checked out, and bam! It's worth $55,000, or maybe even up to $1.5 million. That's the kind of discovery that can completely change your life. So, what does this mean for you? It means that, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves to keep their eyes peeled for rare coins, that 1978 penny could hold a lot more value than you think. It might be the next great find in your collection, waiting for you to discover its hidden worth. So, next time you come across a 1978 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, check for those rare minting errors, and maybe, just maybe, you'll have a coin that could be worth anywhere from $55,000 to $1.5 million. Today, we're diving into something that will surely spark the curiosity of collectors and history enthusiasts alike, a rare piece of American currency, the 1979 United States 1-cent coin. Now, most of us have seen pennies lying around, but did you know that some of these seemingly ordinary coins can be worth a small fortune? Imagine finding a penny worth far more than its face value. It's hard to believe, but this is exactly what we're about to explore. If you're a coin collector or even just a fan of rare and unique items, you're in for a treat. Now, when we think of pennies, we often picture a simple copper coin that's been around for over a century. But, like most things in life, not all pennies are created equal. Some are loaded with history, errors, and special characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. And that's where the 1979 1-cent coin comes into play. The 1979 penny, in particular, has a fascinating story. Most people don't realize that the minting process back in the late 70s wasn't as flawless as it should have been, leading to rare coins that are highly sought after by collectors today. This coin, especially if it's in certain conditions or has an unusual characteristic, can fetch an unbelievable price in the market. For example, if you were to come across a 1979 penny that was struck with an unusual error, such as a double die or a minting defect, you could be sitting on a literal goldmine. Coins like these can go for incredibly high prices, especially in the right condition. It's not just the rarity that makes these coins valuable, it's also the story behind them that adds to their allure. You see, certain minting errors or subtle variations in the design make these pennies unique. A slight imperfection could mean the difference between a penny worth just 1 cent and one worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions. So, what's the big deal with the 1979 1-cent coin? Why are collectors willing to pay such an extraordinary amount for it? Well, there are a few key factors. For starters, some 1979 pennies were misstruck, and this could lead to major discrepancies in the design, giving them a distinct look. Others might have been produced with the wrong materials or in limited quantities, adding to their rarity. But what makes these coins even more valuable? The condition of the coin is crucial. A well-preserved 1979 penny that's free of wear and tear can dramatically increase its value. And if you're lucky enough to find one that has been well-preserved and happens to have a minting error, you're looking at a price tag that might just make your jaw drop. And now, let's get to the part that's bound to catch your attention: the money. While most 1979 pennies are worth just their face value, the rare ones with special characteristics are anything but ordinary. In fact, they've been known to sell for prices that range anywhere from $54,000 to a mind-blowing $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million. Imagine stumbling upon a 1979 penny that could put you in the money, quite literally. Whether it's due to an error, a rare variant, or just a stroke of luck, these coins have the potential to change lives. So, next time you dig through your spare change or go coin hunting, remember, that penny you almost tossed aside might just be a treasure waiting to be discovered. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the next person to find a 1979 1-cent coin that's worth a small fortune. Number 7. Today, we're diving into a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now, yet could be worth a small fortune. I'm talking about the 1981 United States 1-cent coin. Now, at first glance, it might just look like another ordinary penny, but trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. So, let's break it down and discover why this humble penny could be worth thousands of dollars or more. So, why would a 1981 penny be valuable? Well, the truth is, there's a lot that can make a coin rare, and when it comes to the 1981 penny, a couple of key factors really stand out. First off, let's talk about minting errors. The 1981 penny, just like many other coins, was subject to occasional mistakes during the minting process. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors is the double die error. This happens when the design is struck onto the coin more than once, causing the image or text to appear doubled or blurry. These minting errors are rare and highly prized by collectors, and if you happen to find a 1981 penny with this error, it could make you a pretty penny, pun intended. But minting errors aren't the only thing that can drive up the value of your 1981 penny. The condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. As you can imagine, the better condition a coin is in, the more valuable it becomes. A penny from 1981 that's well preserved, with little to no wear, scratches, or discoloration, is much more likely to be worth far more than a coin that's been through years of circulation. Collectors are constantly searching for coins in pristine condition, and if your 1981 penny is as close to perfect as it gets, you're sitting on a potential treasure. And now, here comes the exciting part: just how much could your 1981 penny be worth? Well, depending on factors like minting errors and condition, the value of a 1981 penny can range drastically. In the right circumstances, a 1981 penny could be worth anywhere between $50,000 and $400,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $400,000 for a single penny. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth so much. It's mind-blowing to think that a penny, something we all see every day, could actually change your life financially if you happen to find the right one. The rarity of minting errors, the scarcity of high-condition coins, and the sheer demand from collectors are all factors that could make your 1981 penny worth far more than you ever expected. So, if you've got a 1981 penny lying around, make sure to give it a closer look. Check for any minting errors like the double die or see if it's in excellent condition. It could be the coin that makes you thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable finds, and tips on how to spot hidden treasures, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the next video, where we explore even more rare and valuable coins. Who knows? Your next lucky penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. And learning about valuable coins, then you're in for a real treat today. We're diving into a coin that may seem like just another penny, but in reality, the 1982 United States 1-cent coin could be worth far more than you think. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny could potentially make you a small fortune. You might be asking yourself, a penny? Really? And, while most pennies are, well, just pennies, there's a twist here. The 1982 1-cent coin is one of those rare treasures that could be sitting right in your pocket change, just waiting to be discovered. But how is this possible? What makes this particular penny so valuable? Well, stick with me, and I'll tell you exactly why this humble 1982 penny could be worth tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. First, let's set the stage. The 1982 penny marks an important year in U.S. coin history. You see, in 1982, the United States Mint made a huge change to the materials used in the penny. Prior to that, pennies were mostly made of copper, but in 1982, the mint switched to a zinc core with a copper plating due to rising metal prices. So, depending on when and where it was minted, a 1982 penny could either be made of nearly pure copper or a copper-plated zinc. Why does this matter? Well, this material switch means there are two major types of 1982 pennies, those made of copper and those made of zinc. The copper ones, in particular, are rare and valuable because they're harder to find. Most of the copper pennies were melted down or destroyed in the years following the switch. So, if you happen to find a 1982 penny that's made mostly of copper, congratulations! You've got yourself a rare find, but there's more. The 1982 penny, like many other coins, was also prone to errors during the minting process. Some of these errors can make certain pennies extremely valuable. For example, you might come across a 1982 penny with a double die error, where the image on the coin is doubled due to a misalignment in the minting process. This can make a coin much more valuable, as collectors go crazy for these types of errors. Another popular error is a small date versus a large date. This refers to a variation in the size of the digits in the year. Coins with a small date are much rarer, and therefore, more desirable. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1982 penny with one of these rare characteristics, you could be holding something worth much more than its 1-cent face value. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1982 penny actually be worth? Let me tell you, this is where it gets really exciting. The value of these coins can vary greatly depending on their rarity and condition. But in the right circumstances, a 1982 penny can be worth anywhere from $48,000 to a staggering $300,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $300,000. Just imagine that, a penny that could turn into a life-changing amount of money with a simple flip through your spare change. And who knows? You could be one of the lucky few to find one of these rare coins that could be worth hundreds of thousands. So, next time you're going through your coin jar, don't just pass over those 1982 pennies. Take a closer look, check for those rare material types or minting errors, and you might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. 9 number coin collectors and history buffs, if you've ever wondered whether that pile of pennies lying around might hold some unexpected value, then today's video is for you. We're diving into a coin that might seem common at first glance, but trust me, this 1984 1-cent coin could be worth far more than just 1 cent. That's right, we're talking about the 1984 US penny. While most of us are used to seeing these coins every day, there are actually some rare and valuable 1984 pennies out there that could make you seriously reconsider what you carry in your pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone interested in discovering hidden treasures, this coin is one to watch. So, what makes the 1984 penny so special? Well, there are a few things at play here. First of all, the 1984 1-cent coin was minted during a time when the US Mint was still using copper-plated zinc, which was the primary material for pennies at the time. But here's where it gets interesting. The 1984 penny, like other pennies from the 80s, is known for having subtle, yet significant minting errors and variations that make it valuable in the world of coin collecting. You might be thinking, a minting error? How much could that really add to a penny's worth? Well, let me tell you, when it comes to rare coin collecting, even the smallest mistake can make a huge difference. Some 1984 pennies were struck with double die errors, meaning the design was struck more than once, leading to a double or even ghosted image on the coin. These types of errors are incredibly rare and extremely valuable to collectors who specialize in errors, and it's not just double die errors. There are also pennies from 1984 with slight variations in the design, including minor changes to the date or details that make them stand out from other coins. These variations can lead to a significant increase in value, especially when the coin is in mint condition, meaning it's well preserved, with little to no wear or damage. The better the condition, the more a coin is worth. And now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1984 penny really be worth? Well, let me tell you, rare and error-struck 1984 pennies can fetch anywhere from $40,000 to $200,000. Yes, that's right, $200,000. Can you imagine finding a penny that could be worth that much? It's not impossible, the key is knowing what to look for. A 1984 penny that has been struck with a rare minting error or is in near-perfect condition could be worth a small fortune. While it may seem like a simple penny, its rarity and condition can make it an incredibly valuable collector's item. So, the next time you're flipping through your spare change, take a second to check the date and look for those rare characteristics. You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. Everything you need to know to spot those hidden gems. Who knows, your next lucky find might just be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Keep your eyes open and happy. 10 number coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters, if you've ever wondered whether those pennies lying around could be worth anything, then you're in for a real treat today. We're talking about the 1985 United States 1-cent coin. It might seem like just another penny at first glance, but hold on, because this little coin could be hiding some serious value. That's right. While most people don't give a second thought to their loose change, there's a surprising amount of rare and valuable 1985 pennies out there. You might think, a penny from 1985? How much could that really be worth? Well, I'm here to tell you that some of these pennies could actually be worth thousands, yes, thousands of dollars. In some cases, we're talking about a lot more than just pocket change. Now, let's take a closer look at why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth so much. The 1985 penny was minted during a period when the U.S. Mint was producing copper-plated zinc pennies, which makes it just like many other pennies from the 80s. However, it's what's inside this penny and a few very specific minting factors that can really set it apart and make it valuable to collectors. First, let's talk about mint errors. It's not uncommon for coins to be struck with errors, and when it comes to the 1985 penny, certain types of errors are worth a lot of money. For example, one of the most sought-after errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on the design, making it appear blurry or ghosted. These kinds of mistakes are pretty rare, which is exactly why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them, but mint errors aren't the only thing that can increase the value of your 1985 penny. The coin's overall condition plays a major role in how much it's worth. A well-preserved penny, one that looks like it just came off the minting press, can fetch a significant price. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin is to collectors, as they want coins that are as close to mint perfect as possible. So, let's get to the exciting part. Just how much is a 1985 penny worth? Well, depending on the rarity, condition, and whether it has any of those coveted minting errors, the price can vary. But in the right conditions, a 1985 penny could be worth anywhere from $35,000 to an incredible $100,000. Yes, you heard that right, $100,000. A single penny, from the year 1985, could be worth that much if it has the right features. That's enough to change your financial future, all from a coin that you might have overlooked 100 times before. So, the next time you're sifting through your pocket change or going through an old coin jar, don't just ignore that 1985 penny. Take a closer look. It might just be the rare and valuable find you've been waiting for. And remember, coins like these aren't just valuable, they're pieces of history, too. So, don't miss your chance to spot one of these hidden treasures. You won't want to miss what we have coming up next. Who knows? Your next penny could be worth more than you ever. If you're someone who loves finding hidden gems, then today's video is definitely for you. You might have a penny or two from 1986 sitting around in your spare change, but did you know that some of these seemingly ordinary pennies could be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right, this little coin could be hiding a small fortune. Now, when most people think about pennies, they're probably not imagining big payouts. But here's the exciting thing, certain pennies from 1986 can be incredibly valuable, especially if you know what to look for. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's take a closer look at what makes the 1986 1-cent coin so special in the world of numismatics. First things first, let's talk about the basics. The 1986 penny was minted as part of the U.S. Mint's ongoing use of copper-plated zinc for pennies during this time. But what really makes this particular penny stand out is the possibility of finding rare minting errors, as well as the overall condition of the coin. One of the most exciting things about 1986 pennies is the potential for mint errors. Just like with many other coins, the 1986 penny was subject to mistakes during the minting process. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on the lettering or imagery. This rare mistake can make the coin extremely valuable to collectors, who love to pay top dollar for these hard-to-find errors. But it's not just about minting errors. Condition is also a huge factor when determining the value of a coin. A 1986 penny in mint condition, meaning it's in almost perfect shape with no scratches, discoloration, or wear, can be worth significantly more than a coin that's been through years of circulation. If your 1986 penny looks as though it just came from the mint, it could be worth a pretty penny, pun intended. So, you're probably wondering, just how much could a 1986 penny be worth? Well, depending on the rarity of the minting error, its condition, and how rare the specific variation is, the price can vary quite a bit. However, in the right circumstances, a 1986 penny could be worth anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000. Yes, $80,000. Imagine holding on to a penny worth that much. It's an unbelievable thought, but it's possible, and it all comes down to finding the right penny with the right characteristics. Whether it's a mint error, a rare variation, or simply a penny that's been preserved in near-perfect condition, your 1986 penny could be worth far more than its face value. So, what should you do next? Start looking through your coin collection. If you have a 1986 penny, take a closer look. Examine the details, check for any signs of mint errors, and pay attention to the condition. You might just find a rare and valuable treasure hiding in plain sight. You won't want to miss what we have coming up next. Who knows? Your next lucky find could be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of. If you're new here or you're a longtime viewer, get ready because today we're diving into a coin that may look ordinary at first, but could actually be worth a small fortune. That's right, we're talking about the 1987 United States 1-cent coin, an unassuming penny that could be hiding incredible value in your change jar. Now, most people don't think twice about the pennies in their pockets, but let me tell you, some 1987 pennies have been known to fetch thousands of dollars. Yes, a single penny could make you a small fortune, and today we're going to uncover exactly why. So, let's take a closer look at what makes the 1987 penny so special in the world of coin collecting. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 penny was minted with copper-plated zinc, just like most pennies in the 1980s. But it's not the material of the coin that makes it valuable, it's all about the rarity and condition of the coin. If you've been following the world of rare coins, you know that errors in minting can make a coin significantly more valuable. And when it comes to the 1987 penny, there are certain minting errors that can turn an ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collector's item. One of the most valuable types of errors in the 1987 penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing a doubling effect on the lettering or images, making them appear blurry or distorted. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a penny with this kind of mistake. So, if you happen to find a 1987 penny with a double die error, you're looking at a coin that could be worth a lot more than its 1-cent face value. But it's not just mint errors that can boost the value of your 1987 penny. The condition of the coin is also a huge factor. A 1987 penny that has been preserved in mint or near mint condition, meaning it has very little wear, scratches, or discoloration, can fetch a much higher price. Coin collectors are always looking for well-preserved pieces, and if your penny is in pristine condition, it's a great candidate for a higher value. So, just how much could a 1987 penny be worth? Well, depending on its condition, rarity, and whether it has a minting error, the price can vary quite a bit. However, in the right circumstances, a 1987 penny can be worth anywhere between $26,000 and $65,000. Yes, $65,000 for a single penny. That's enough to make any coin collector's heart race. Imagine finding a coin that you've held in your hand for years and suddenly realizing it could be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. It's not impossible, especially if you know exactly what to look for. So, keep your eyes peeled, check those pennies from 1987, and see if you've got a hidden treasure on your hands. Or if you've ever wondered whether the pennies in your pocket might be worth something more than just 1 cent, then you're in for a treat today. Today, we're talking about a penny that might seem ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it's anything but. We're diving into the 1988 United States 1-cent coin, a seemingly regular penny that could actually be hiding a significant amount of value. Now, when you think of valuable coins, a 1988 penny probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. After all, it's just a copper-plated zinc penny, right? But here's the thing, while most 1988 pennies might only be worth their face value, there are rare exceptions. Some of these pennies are far more valuable than you might imagine, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. So, what makes the 1988 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, one of the key factors that can drive up the value of a penny is a minting error. Over the years, the US Mint has made some mistakes during the production process, and these errors can make a coin incredibly valuable. The 1988 penny is no exception. One of the most sought-after errors in these coins is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, resulting in a doubled image, often with the lettering or other details appearing blurry or ghosted. These types of minting mistakes are rare and highly collectible, which means that if you find a 1988 penny with a double die error, you could have a serious treasure on your hands. But it's not just minting errors that can make this coin valuable. The overall condition of the penny is also important. A 1988 penny that's been well preserved, with little to no wear or discoloration, can fetch a much higher price than a worn-out one. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins in excellent condition, so if your penny looks like it just came from the mint, you're in luck. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1988 penny really be worth? Well, depending on its rarity, condition, and whether it has a minting error, the value can vary. In the right circumstances, a 1988 penny can be worth anywhere between $20,000 and $35,000. Yes, you heard that right, $35,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but it's true. And all it takes is finding that one rare penny with a minting error or in excellent condition to potentially turn your change into a small fortune. So, the next time you're digging through your coin jar or scanning your pocket change, don't overlook that 1988 penny. Take a close look for any minting errors, check the condition, and see if you've got a rare find on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and valuable finds, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the notification bell, too, so you never miss a new video. Who knows, your next lucky coin could be worth more than you ever expected. 13 number. If you've ever wondered whether the pennies in your pocket might be worth something more than just 1 cent, then you're in for a treat today. Today, we're talking about a penny that might seem ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it's anything but. We're diving into the 1988 United States 1-cent coin, a seemingly regular penny that could actually be hiding a significant amount of value. Now, when you think of valuable coins, a 1988 penny probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind. After all, it's just a copper-plated zinc penny, right? But here's the thing, while most 1988 pennies might only be worth their face value, there are rare exceptions. Some of these pennies are far more valuable than you might imagine, and if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. So, what makes the 1988 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, one of the key factors that can drive up the value of a penny is a minting error. Over the years, the US Mint has made some mistakes during the production process, and these errors can make a coin incredibly valuable. The 1988 penny is no exception. One of the most sought-after errors in these coins is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, resulting in a doubled image, often with the lettering or other details appearing blurry or ghosted. These types of minting mistakes are rare and highly collectible, which means that if you find a 1988 penny with a double die error, you could have a serious treasure on your hands. But it's not just minting errors that can make this coin valuable. The overall condition of the penny is also important. A 1988 penny that's been well preserved, with little to no wear or discoloration, can fetch a much higher price than a worn-out one. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins in excellent condition, so if your penny looks like it just came from the mint, you're in luck. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1988 penny really be worth? Well, depending on its rarity, condition, and whether it has a minting error, the value can vary. In the right circumstances, a 1988 penny can be worth anywhere between $20,000 and $35,000. Yes, you heard that right, $35,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but it's true. And all it takes is finding that one rare penny with a minting error or in excellent condition to potentially turn your change into a small fortune. So, the next time you're digging through your coin jar or scanning your pocket change, don't overlook that 1988 penny. Take a close look for any minting errors, check the condition, and see if you've got a rare find on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and valuable finds, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the notification bell, too, so you never miss a new video. Who knows, your next lucky coin could be worth more than you ever expected.